with Mark Burrows.
Good morning. There have been dramatic scenes in Melbourne this morning. A teenager stabbed multiple times as a party spiralled out of control. As Lana Murphy tells us, police are still hunting those involved.
Just after 2 o'clock this morning, police were flagged down right here along Spencer Street by a 19-year-old man who had sustained critical stab wounds after escaping an out-of-control party that had broken out at this Airbnb inside the Neo 200 building behind me. He told them that a fight broke out inside the apartment and multiple people had been injured. As he was rushed to the Royal Melbourne Hospital, police quickly became aware of multiple other patients presenting themselves with similar stab wounds. That's when they cordoned off the building, chasing down some of the partygoers as they tried to leave the building.
I saw a group of people, so mostly with African descent and some European, so they were like two different groups.
3 people are currently in hospital. At least one of them is in a stable condition. Meanwhile, the apartment complex, which sits directly opposite one of Melbourne's busiest train stations, is still locked down, with forensic police preserving blood splatters, meticulously combing through reception and the short-term rental. So far, no one has been arrested. A commander from Victoria Police is due to front cameras any minute now, and we will bring you those details as soon as we can.
Well, the time has finally come for the world to hear Harry and Meghan tell their side of their tumultuous split from royal life. Alison Petrowski is in Los Angeles for us. Ali, we've been spoon-fed teasers for weeks. It's time now for the main course.
It really is, Mark. What is Meghan Markle going to say about her exit from Britain? What will she say about the Queen? And what will she say about the British press? We will find out in half an hour from now. The interview will get underway here in the United States. The American press very excited about it. It is currently being dubbed today the Royal Super Bowl. CBS has paid a whopping $9 million reportedly. That's roughly about 11 million Australian dollars. And they're really hoping to get a lot of money out of advertising. Every single 30-second slot tonight worth $422,000. Now, as to what will actually be said in the interview, we do know from the teasers so far that Harry voices his concerns that Meghan was going down the same path as, say, Princess Diana. We also know that Meghan is highly critical of what she calls the firm. Let's have a listen to what we know so far.
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us. And if that comes with risk of losing things, I mean, there's a lot that's been lost already.
My biggest concern was history repeating itself, because it has been unbelievably tough for the two of us, but at least we had each other.
There's also been a lot of speculation, Mark, as to whether or not Meghan will spill the beans about her reportedly testy relationship with Kate Middleton. However, those close to the Duchess of Sussex say there's nothing to worry about there. They're on very good terms, Mark.
Ali, thank you for that. And Queen Elizabeth has spoken about the importance of selfless dedication to duty in a message released before the tell-all interview. Europe correspondent Ben Avery has more.
Well, there are reports in the British press that the Queen will completely ignore this interview, that she has no intention of watching it because she's more focused on Prince Philip's health battle and her ongoing royal duties. In fact, we've just heard her in a pre-recorded video message for Commonwealth Day where she's spoken about the need for friendship and unity during the COVID-19 pandemic.
The testing times experienced by so many have led to a deeper appreciation of the mutual support and spiritual sustenance we enjoy by being connected to others.
Now, the Harry and Meghan interview does go to air in the middle of the night here in the UK, and the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is also saying that's too late for him and he won't be watching either. But there are reports that royal staff will be watching the interview very closely, and they're vowing to come out swinging if Harry and Meghan attack any individuals either in the royal staff or the royal household. Now, we've already started to see bullying reports levelled against Meghan Markle. She may have been bullying her staff while in Australia in 2018 on a 16-day tour with Prince Harry. It needs to be pointed out that Meghan Markle has denied all of these bullying allegations and says that she's the victim of a smear campaign.
Ben Avery there. Well, a 49-year-old man has been shot dead in Adelaide's north in the early hours of this morning, and the gunman remains on the run. Police were called to Brady Street at Virginia just before 3 a.m, where they found the victim's body. Officers raided a house close to the scene a few hours ago. 2 people have been taken away to assist with inquiries, but as yet no arrests have been made, nor has a gun been found. A rescue more than an hour in the making. This was the scene in Brisbane overnight. A black SUV slamming into a tree just off the Gateway motorway. Emergency crews had to pull the wreckage from the tree before cutting the man free. He was trapped for around an hour and a half, taken to hospitals with serious injuries. Well, police are searching for witnesses to a crash in South Melbourne last night. Officers say a van was driving along Kingsway just after 6 o'clock when it veered off the road and ploughed into a tree. The driver was trapped for a short time before being taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Queensland's first doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine are this morning being rolled out across the state. As Mia Glover explains, frontline workers are the first to receive the jab.
Well, 2 new vaccine hubs are opening up here in Queensland this morning, and they'll be the first to roll out the second COVID-19 vaccine that health experts say majority of Australians will receive over the next few months. That is the AstraZeneca jab. Yes, at Logan Hospital this morning, healthcare workers and frontline quarantine staff are receiving that vaccination, as well as in Bundaberg, with the state government aiming to distribute about 3,000 of those jabs by the end of the week.
It is really exciting to see this vaccine here, and we can't wait to be rolling out more of these vaccines across Queensland.
We want to get it right, we want it to be rolled out smoothly, and of course we are making sure that the people have the adequate training to do this.
Now, this is a bit of a milestone as it is the beginning of the vaccine rollout really ramping up here in Queensland. The state government over the next few weeks will unveil more hubs that will open, saying it's submitted a list to the federal government of the regional areas it wants the jabs to be rolled out in, but it's up to the Commonwealth to decide when and how many vaccinations Queensland receives.
Now, we're not going to be releasing those publicly at this stage until we have certainty that the vaccine will arrive when we need it.
So far, 8,300 Queenslanders have received the Pfizer vaccine over the last fortnight. GPs, they will be the next who will be able to administer either vaccine, the AstraZeneca or Pfizer, once supplies are confirmed.
Victorians have also started receiving the AstraZeneca vaccine, with first doses administered this morning. Professor Benjamin Cowie joined frontline health workers rolling up their sleeves. Nearly 51,000 doses have arrived in Victoria as the state marks 10 days without a local case. Well, New South Wales has marked a COVID milestone, 50 days with no community transmission. Restrictions at schools were eased today. Parents allowed back on school grounds for drop-off and now allowed to attend children's sport. Under the change, singing and dancing can resume and social events like discos and carnivals are back on the calendar. A new advertisement aimed at preventing domestic violence has just been unveiled by the federal government to mark International Women's Day. Take a look.
He needs to stop doing that.
I said stop it!
Probably dislikes her.
Live now to federal politics reporter Fiona Willan in Canberra. Fiona, an incredibly important message, but it comes at a very awkward time for the government.
Well, Mark, the government is releasing a message about the need to respect women at a time its own record in this area is being questioned. So, as we know, Attorney General Christian Porter has been accused of an historical rape allegation, which he strongly denies. And there have been calls for Defence Minister Linda Reynolds to resign over her handling of the Brittany Higgins rape allegation. Now, this morning in Sydney, Foreign Minister Marise Payne, who's also the Minister for Women, spoke about recent events.
We have all been shocked by the distressing revelations and allegations in recent weeks that particularly relate to the treatment of women in my workplace, in the Australian Parliament. And clearly, as a national workplace, the Parliament is starkly not immune from the sorts of issues that have impacted workplaces around our country and, frankly, around the world for far too long.
Now, in the meantime, Labor has unveiled its plan to close the gender pay gap. So it wants to force companies with more than 250 employees to reveal the differences in wages between male and female workers. It's also proposing laws to ban secrecy clauses within work contracts. Here's Anthony Albanese.
We know that the gender pay gap is currently 13.4% for full-time employees, making a difference of more than $242 per week, that women earn less than men on average.
Now, the opposition leader says the first step to fixing the issue involves accountability and transparency. Mark?
Fiona, thank you. A new task force to combat sexual harassment in the workplace has been established by the Victorian government. It comes as new statistics reveal 1 in 3 workers have been sexually harassed in the past 5 years. The task force will investigate reforms to prevent and better respond to incidents, with findings to be made public by the end of the year. Appalling and cowardly. Police slammed the group of men allegedly behind a late-night attack on 3 underage girls. Crashing through 2 fences and landing here, how this dump truck wound up in a suburban swimming pool. And tens of thousands of people pack a football stadium to catch a glimpse of a holy headliner.
Describe yourself as a lover. A bit of slap and tickle's fine.
I'm the best. Our new expert is taking control.
Get your groins a little closer.
As Alessandra's new intimacy week
He hasn't upset me, he's made me mad.
explodes with passion, tears.
I don't want to lose her.
And
Now he's blushing.
forbidden attraction. New Married tonight, 7:30.
Memes. Dodo's basically put the internet on sale. Until March 15, get $10 off all our NBN plans for your first 6 months. Streaming, downloads, video calls, all these cat videos must go. Call 13-DODO to switch. Time to go Dodo.
Here we go again. Time to feed the rate rise creep. Just like last year and the year before that. On April 1st, health insurance premiums get bigger. But what if this time you didn't feed the rate rise creep? And just compared a bunch of great health funds with iSelect. Now's the time to compare, select and save with iSelect on 13-19-20.
Hello. Hi, Mum. What are you doing back there? The team. Come on, hop in.
All new 8-seat Hyundai Palisade.
This is how we move it.
Relax. Let go of your worries with a perfect stress-free move guaranteed only with Complete Removals. Call now or visit CompleteRemovals.com.au.
This is how we move it.
The state government's record infrastructure investment is creating thousands of jobs. We're building what matters to provide safer roads, access to better healthcare closer to home, world-class schools for our kids, and affordable housing. We're creating more jobs and better lives for South Australians. Because the things that matter to you matter to us. To learn more about the projects in your local area, visit sa.gov.au. Authorised by the Government of South Australia, Adelaide.
Barnacle Bill's Seafood Chicken and Chill Meal. Butterfish, prawns, calamari, chicken, chips and tartare sauce. With a bonus 570ml Jalista Gelato. Only $26.90.
Fresh from the sea, he's gotta be Barnacle Bill.
Want to spray and forget? No scrubbing bathroom cleaner that works? How about a streak-free glass cleaner that's actually streak-free? And how do you get super shiny floors like the supermarkets? Visit the experts at Floormaster in Greenacres and our new store 373 Crossroad, Edwardstown.
On April 1st, health insurance premiums get bigger. But what if this time you didn't feed the rate rise creep and just compared a bunch of great health funds with iSelect? Compare, select and save with iSelect on 13-19-20.
An assault on teenage girls in a Sydney park over the weekend has been described by the New South Wales Police Commissioner as disgraceful. It comes after sickening vision emerged online. Let's bring in reporter Tiffany Genders. Tiff, you've just been given an update from police.
Mark, we've just learned that a third victim, aged just 15 years old, has come forward this morning with injuries from this sickening brawl. Police allege she was the victim of a coward punch attack, along with two 16-year-olds who were also allegedly punched, kicked, stomped on and dragged by the hair. The vision you're seeing right now is pretty hard to watch. It was filmed on Saturday night around 9:30 at Pyramid Park in Pyrmont during Mardi Gras celebrations. Now, the group of teenage girls has told police that they stepped in to try and stop these adult men from picking on some younger boys they knew. This video has unsurprisingly gone viral online and has been condemned by our police commissioner.
They are cowards, Ben, and it's irrespective of what sentence they may get, they should be tagged cowards forever. And if there's any other young men out there watching this, it needs to be a lesson for you.
Now, these three men that will appear on your screen allegedly ran from the scene but were arrested by the riot squad not long after. They are aged 21, 23 and 29. Police say they are old enough to have known to walk away. Those three men have been charged and refused bail after facing court. And Mark, I can reveal that a fourth man is still on the run.
Tiff Genders, thank you. Well, let's go to Sydney's northwest now, where a truck has rolled from a construction site and crashed into a backyard swimming pool. Nine's Ruth Wynne-Williams is there. Ruth, take us through what happened.
Well, Mark, a telltale crash at around 7 o'clock this morning alerted neighbours to something going wrong here in Cherrybrook, and what they found at 7 o'clock in the morning was really surprising. This heavy-duty truck rolling from a construction site across the road. It came right down this really steep street, Melissa Place in Cherrybrook. It's gone right across this front yard. A neighbour had luckily moved their car out of the way just in time, and it's rolled straight into this swimming pool here. Here is what neighbours had to say a short time ago.
You would never think in a million years that a truck was going to plough into your backyard in that location. You'd never think that was going to happen, you know. This is not a main street, it's very quiet, and, but even so, yeah, a truck to get into the backyard there would be just amazing.
Well, Mark, you can really see just how fortunate it was this morning that no one got in the way of this vehicle. We understand there was no one behind the wheel, and we do know that this house here is empty. People are yet to move in. It's been empty for a few weeks, and there would have been nothing to stand in the way of this truck as it went ploughing down this street. What is left now, though, is an incredibly difficult recovery job. They've brought in some very big tow trucks this morning, and they are going to take some time to work out how to leverage this very heavy vehicle out of where it has landed today. Mark.
A headache indeed. Ruth, thank you. A series of explosions at a military barracks in Equatorial Guinea has killed at least 20 people and injured hundreds more. Moments after the blast, people were seen running in all directions, many of them screaming, with nearby homes destroyed. At this stage, the blasts are being blamed on negligent handling of dynamite. There are fears many more people are trapped under rubble. At least one person is dead and 11 others have been injured in a suspected missile strike on a Syrian oil loading facility. The explosion sparked a massive blaze inside the complex, which is used by Turkey-backed opposition forces. The Syrian National Army said it was not clear who was responsible for the attack. The people of Switzerland have voted to ban face coverings in public, which includes the burqa worn by Muslim women. The proposal put forward by the right-wing Swiss People's Party passed 51.2% to 48.8% on Sunday. Swiss Islamic groups say the move opens old wounds that they will be challenging in the decision in court. And the Pope has had a rousing reception in Iraq on the final day of his whirlwind tour. More than 10,000 people packed a stadium in Erbil to partake in an open-air mass, cheering when they caught a glimpse of the holy leader. Well, a health warning for all Australians, the pantry staple that's killing thousands of people every year. Fears of a fourth wave, why the COVID situation could soon get worse in the US. Plus in sport, why the Roosters aren't concerned that Cooper Cronk is helping out one of their fiercest rivals.
Adelaide's Conair.
This is a plane full of violent Australian criminals. Fresh out of prison, they are the worst of the worst.
Only 9 users on board this secret one-way flight. The worst criminals given the boot for good.
How does it feel to be kicked out of Australia?
A 9 News exclusive tonight.
None of your business.
Meet the Airbnb squatter. Robin's installed a flagpole and hired this security guard to keep the owner out. Plus, Martin King on the prowl with the Tassie Tiger Hunter.
The thylacine is not extinct.
A current affair tonight.
There'll be lunches from Cape York to Broome and on warm afternoons near Mudgee. Because Tip Top bakes every day with Australian wheat.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Glenside offers me a life of heritage architecture, surrounded by parklands. This is my place, a special place. Truly unique, uniquely Glenside. Townhomes and apartments now available. Prices starting from $495,000. Register at glensideliving.com.au.
Me and the girls, we'd like to thank you for choosing Fluorio Milk.
Fluorio Milk is fresh, from cow to shelf within 24 hours. They're locally family-owned, community-minded and passionate about farming.
Fluorio Milk, South Australian and proud of it.
The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G with our 7-day price match, now with Bonus Buds Pro, worth $349 when added to an eligible plan. Gift exclusive to Telstra.
One of Australia's most haunting mysteries, the disappearance of Janine Vaughan. For the first time ever, her full final night.
This is the last time we see her alive.
Caught on camera. The new team of experts will scrutinise every detail.
You see a little white above the eye.
And uncover new evidence. Under investigation tonight after Married at First Sight.
This sports report brought to you by PointsBet. Download the PointsBet app today.
As the United States ramps up its vaccination campaign, public health experts are warning of a possible fourth wave. The new surge in cases fueled by the UK variant of coronavirus, with several states relaxing restrictions.
Historically, if you look back at the different surges we've had, when they come down and then start to plateau at a very high level, plateauing at a level of 60 to 70,000 new cases per day is not an acceptable level. That is really very high.
About 2 million vaccine doses are administered per day in the US. Well, health experts are urging us to put the salt down, with new research showing the average Australian adult is consuming double the recommended level. The study found Australia was falling behind other countries and limiting excess sodium intake. A diet high in salt has been linked to high blood pressure, which can lead to premature death. Well, sport now, and the images sent the NRL's rumour mill into overdrive. But the Sydney Roosters say they hold no concerns over Cooper Cronk coaching at both the Tricolours and the Melbourne Storm this season.
If you didn't know Cooper, he wouldn't be a guy to sort of run to another team and tell some secrets. So he'll just do his role and help, the halves here and the halves there, and then it's up to them to do what they want with it.
The Storm say Cronk is employed solely to mentor their halves. West Coast Eagles coach Adam Simpson believes his side is on the right track after recording a 10-point win over the Dockers in a much improved pre-season performance.
We saw some good signs. There's still a lot to work on, and we're still building to our best and getting our personnel back, but I think our identity was there today.
It was a bruising encounter with a number of injury concerns for both sides out of the match. The Swans have already suffered a blow, ruling out forward Lance Franklin from their season opener in 2 weeks' time. And the Wanderers have snapped their 3-game winless run to defeat Western United 1-0. Former Premier League midfielder Jordan Much scored his first goal in the A-League, lifting Western Sydney to 3rd on the ladder with what's just their 2nd win since January. And Manchester City's incredible 21-game winning run in the Premier League is over. Suffering a 2-0 loss to crosstown rivals United, the result comes as a huge boost to the Red Devils season, lifting them to 2nd on the table. Defending champions Liverpool have slumped to a new low, losing 1-0 to Fulham, a side currently in the relegation zone. And defending NBL champions, the Perth Wildcats, have kick-started their premiership push, dismantling the Illawarra Hawks by 17 points. The victory moves them to 2nd on the ladder, just behind Melbourne United, who suffered a shock loss to the Brisbane Bullets, going down 96-88. All your weather details are coming up after the break.
My daughter, she's here.
Grace's entire world,
You're a grandmother,
is in turmoil. Now, all the lives and loves of St. Bridget's will spiral out of control.
This baby's going to another family.
New Amazing Grace, Wednesday.
The new i30 has a 10.25-inch screen for navigation, which when you think about it means it's connected to a network of satellites in space. That's right, space. The new i30, remarkable.
In South Australia I was born. In South Australia I made my home.
We'll always be Fairmont, building quality homes for all South Australians.
Down for South Australia.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Real love is lighting up her world, turning the everyday into magic, making moments that last forever. Every 14 minutes, someone finds love on eHarmony.
From the fields up north to the oceans west, we comb the land for the food that's best. Taste buds to tickle a whole steak to feed. Homegrown goodness, that's what we need. Everyday low prices, any time of year. Trust the mighty South Aussies. Great food lives here, Foodland. The mighty South Aussies, yeah.
Buying a bed can be overwhelming. With so much choice, how do you know if you found the right one? Bed Match at 40 Winks takes the confusion out of buying a bed. Our exclusive system scientifically calculates your unique support needs using leading-edge technology. Our sleep specialists can then recommend the best sleep solution for you from our range of leading brand mattresses. Bed Match, only at 40 Winks. Serious about sleep.
How do you make anything taste like Australia? Well, I'll tell you. You squeeze a bit of this on a little bit of that. In your spag, on your snack, on your favourite snack. There are no rules. It's really quite easy. Make anything taste like Australia with new Vegemite Squeezy.
The biggest season of all time kicks off with a Storm Rabbitohs blockbuster. Here come the Rabbits! Thursday on 9 Jam.
To the national weather. It's wet around the country today. A shower or two in Brisbane, 30 degrees. The chance of a storm in Sydney, 21 degrees with showers in Melbourne. Partly cloudy in Canberra, Hobart and Adelaide. A top of 30 degrees in Perth. Tomorrow, 31 degrees in Brisbane. Showers in Sydney, 29 degrees. The chance of a shower in Canberra. Grey skies for Melbourne, a shower or two in Hobart, 20 degrees. Cloud clearing in Adelaide, 33, and sunny for Perth. And looking ahead to Wednesday, a shower or two in Brisbane. Wet in Sydney and Canberra, 22 degrees and cloudy in Melbourne, 27 and sunny in Adelaide, and cloudy and 31 in Perth. And that's Nine's Morning News. We'll be back with your afternoon news at 4 o'clock, 5 p.m. in Adelaide and Perth. I'm Mark Burrows. Thanks for your company.